and very good evening. I, Anudivan, welcome you to live interactive session and you are watching it Sahyog. Sahyog providing psychological support and mental well-being of students. You are watching it live on channel eVidya channel 6 to 12 and the topic for today's discussion is importance of positive mindset during examinations. Yes, that is very important. But how to get the positive mindsets? How to overcome the negative mindsets and how to give better concentration. These all things we are going to discuss with our experts who are available with us on online today. I welcome them. I welcome Mrs. Padmavati. Hello ma'am, a very good evening.
Thank you.
I also welcome Dr. Kariba Sappa from RI Mysuru. Hello sir, a very good evening.
Hello, namaste. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you.
So, before we begin with the session, all the students, teachers, mentors and others, please, if you have any questions, you can call us on 8800 or you can email us your questions on sayog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. Before we begin up with the session, I must announce that we are proud that India assumed the G20 presidency for the first time in the country in 2023. Our nation deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in the history as it seeks to play an important role by playing pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all and in doing so manifest the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is, the world is one family. So now let's move on to our session. The topic for today is importance of positive mindset during examination. Yes, the examination time is on, so we need to concentrate to have a positive mindset because that only will increase your better concentration on study. Padma ma'am, the topic is importance of positive mindset during examination. How will you define the mindset?
Yeah. First we will move towards what is meant by mindset. So mindset, positive mindset is required during examination. Then what is mindset is? So mindset is nothing but it is a collection of different beliefs and thoughts what a person possesses. And what does this beliefs and thoughts does? So it make up a mental attitude and it will help the person to disposition his thoughts. And this mental attitude and this dispositions or inclination what he has, so that desires is predominant characteristics, so which makes him to respond and which makes him to determine or interpret, so how he has to act to an event or a situation or to a certain circumstances. So in simple way, when we look what is this positive mindset, positive mindset is nothing but the attitude what we hold, or mindset is a way of thinking, it's a way of feeling or acting, or ultimately we say that mindset is a beliefs that shapes ourselves. So it shapes our behavior. So by this we are very clear. So belief has an impact on us. So mindset has an impact on us. So there is an impact of beliefs on positive as well as success. So failure, so which is negative aspect for us. So now it is a time to understand. So what are this positive and what are this negative mindset? So when you just look into positive mindset, so positive mindset is required for the examination. So then what is this positive mindset? So who is a person with the positive mindset? So positive mindset is a person with positive mental attitude. So that means you are with positive attitude or a positive mindset. So that means you are very optimistic to the world around you and you expect all the good things to happen you. Your resilience at whatever comes to you, so you throw back, so you bounce back. So whatever negative things come to you, you turn it as a positive. So you face the challenges. So you take challenges as an opportunity. So that is what the positive mindset. So it is referred to as a growth mindset. And this positive mindset is said to be with incremental belief system. So that means we believe that abilities are not inherent. So it could have slight updations, changes. So when you put effort, so certain qualities, inherent qualities, so it could be taken into a larger outcome, and it is type of challenge seeking behavior for a person, and he is always informed with this positive experiences. So that is what positive mindset means. So in contrast to this positive mindset, we have a negative mindset. So this indicate the people who expect only bad things to happen around them. So they always struggle to perceive the world in a positive way. Even though it is a positive way, they are struggling to accept the things. And in context to the growth mindset, it is a fixed mindset. So they think they are based on some entity based belief system. They think that abilities are inherent and you could not change the abilities. So this is how my quality is. I cannot move further, I cannot improve further, and all these types of avoidance behavior will finally end up with anxiety, or it finally end up with the stress. And these anxiety or stress, it is based on negative experiences. So when a person ends up with all these qualities, sure, at this time of examination, so his mind comes out with all the types of negative thinking, negative mindsets, which stands as an obstacle for the learning. So it is the time to understand what is these negative thinking.
Definitely, like Padma ma'am explained that what is positive mindset, there is also impact of negative mindset. Sir, my question comes to you is, how does this negative mindset influence the examinations?
All right. Now, negative thinking or negative mindset, like, as ma'am was telling, the optimistic and hopefulness, and the resilience. If you are thinking about, if you are not optimistic, this is the examination time. So, your thinking is the major, first thing, which is going to create some type of emotions. That emotions and thinking involves in behavior. Now you have an examination. If you are not like hopefulness or hope on your examination, on your ability, on your thinking, and you are not resilient, and your value system, and you are looking at yourself in a defeated mode. So at that time your thinking and your emotions are not working your side, or you are increasing your strength. So now you have a situation which is not working your side, that is creating even stress and anxiety. That leads to the negative thinking. So persistent negative thinking, what is that means? If you are, we all get a negative thinking, like some other day, oh, I would have done this one in a better way. Oh, I am such a stupid, oh, I did not think in an intelligent way. So these are negative thinking is common, but if it is persistent and it is impacting on your performance or mental well-being, and that is going to create a problem. So what are those negative thinking which create a loop? Some of the negative thinking at the examination time is you are not hopeful, or you are not believing yourself. Those are like, they are start with, I cannot understand when I study. What my parents think if I get less marks. I cannot get good college. I cannot remember what I study. My life will end if I fail. I cannot get good marks. I cannot remember what I study. All those type of things which create a loop and which are going to dominate your mental well-being, which are going to disturb your mental well-being. And in terms, you are going to start negative self-talk, which is going to be the loop. Some of the negative self-talk is going to be like, which are going to, change your thinking in a negative way, and which are going to create a emotional disturbance. Like, so number one is like filtering. Filtering is looking at negative side of your life, or looking at your tendency to observe only negative things, not the positive things. Example, you have been studying from last 1 year, you attended the school, you have been studying, and you have 1 month, and you are working every day. But sometimes what happens, you studied like you planned for 6 hours, you only studied 3 hours. At that time you are going to say like, I did not study anything today. That is not right. That is the negative feedback which you are going to give to your brain. So brain is like a factory which is going to take a negative, which is going to create a negative thinking only. So you are going to give feedback like you did not do anything. So your brain is going to not motivated in a positive way. So the second thing is personalization. Personalization means sometimes whatever happened, you are not the reason, but you are personalizing, you are the cause for that. Sometimes you call your friend for study, but he's like one day. So like when you called your friend, he tells you that okay, I have some work today, I cannot. At that time you are going to thinking like no one wanted to study with me. So that is personalization, because you are not the reason, but it happened for a moment. So it is also over exaggeration. So catastrophizing. What is catastrophizing means? You are expecting only something worst is going to happen, or the possible result is going to be worst. What if I am going to fail? So fail is going to be the worst thing you are expecting, but you have so many things you are trying, you have studied, you went to school, and you remember something, how you are going to fail? So when you are giving negative feedback, your cognitive components are not going to help you. So negative feedback is going to defeat yourself. So blaming again another type of, we do that one, we are going to blame somebody or we are going to blame ourselves. Example, I told you that I do not want to join this school because you are not studying really well, you are not planning, you are not regulating yourself, so you are blaming school. Or you are going to tell that I'm not going to study because you did not wake me up in the morning. You are going to tell your mother. There are so many examples. Saying should or do something, like should statement or ought statement. Like sometimes we are going to plan like we cannot do it, but we are going to say, I should study today the whole night. Or I ought to study like 6 hours. It is not going to possible. You are expecting too much in terms of like without negotiation. So that should is going to be too much on you. It is going to be like a negative feedback. Then second one is perfectionism. Some of you like keeping impossible standards. I want to get 100. I'm not expecting, I don't want to get a 1 marks less. These type of like over expectation or impossible standards are again a negative feedback. Again, polarizing is seeing things as either good or bad. You want to like for example, you want to, like there is no in middle ground. Like you planned that you are going to wake up in the 5 o'clock in the morning, you are going to study. So you could not able to, you are going to wake up at 7 o'clock, so you left 2 hours. So you are going to decide, so I could not able to get up at 5 o'clock, it is already 2 hours I wasted, I cannot able to study the whole day. That means either you have to good thing happen or the bad thing happen. You don't want to be in between. These thinking are definitely going to hurt your emotional status. It is the loop. So you need to break that loop. If you don't break that loop, what is going to happen? It is going to hurt, it is going to increase your anxiety and stress. The second thing, it is going to, you know, decrease your self confidence and self esteem. You are going to compromise your own abilities with your own abilities. Then it is going to hurt your mental well-being. So you need to create a positive thinking or positive self-talk. That is the really important or the starting step, so that you are going to, it is going to influence your self-regulation. Then we will see what is that positive, thinking or positive self-talk. Ms. Padmavati is going to deal with that.
Definitely, like sir told us that there are these negative thinkings, negative mindset can increase your emotional disturbance. You can blame each other, polarizing, and you can set high standards which are impossible during examination, and definitely it will give an harmful effect on your studies. Padma ma'am, like sir explained us, can you please bring out some constructive ways to overcome these negative mindsets or negative thinking?
Yeah, yes, Manu. Yeah, as Dr. Karipasappa sir was saying, let's break the loop. Yeah, it's time to break the loop. So when the loop is broken, so we are in the process of overcoming the negative mindset. So we are moving towards constructive thinking. So it is always possible to have the constructive thinking. So it is not that it is impossible. So it is possible, and it only depends on us. So we are the person who can change ourselves, right? So at this small duration of an examination, so we have to cope up with certain things. So that our thinking moves on from negative to constructivism. So what is this? So first point, we have to check yourself or ourselves. So what is that checking? Understanding our own preparation is the best way. So where we are standing for the examination. So what needs to be updated, or so we have to plan according to our work. So accordingly, we can plan ourselves. So when we understand ourselves, so the planning moves on. So next one, we by after understanding, we have to acknowledge and embrace our imperfections. So if there are certain imperfections when we introspect, so let us have time to have a slight updation. So that is what we are. Next point is identifying different areas to change. So at this time, when you say that it's impossible to change, but there is time to get updated. So how? So we did not at this time try out with all the types of learning tactics, strategies. So now we have understood ourselves. So which is very suitable for this, which is best for us. So try out with that learning, and we always have to replace the word failing with the word learning. The failing should replace it by learning. And we have to take the challenges as an opportunities. So that is how we could have a slight changes in our mind. And the third important thing is be open to humor. And we know that humor is the best medicines for any type of stress or anxieties. So that happens in same examination. So humor always relaxes. So it gives us a break. So where we refresh ourselves. So with that humor, so we should have a slight smile in our face. So this smile is a very good tool for a positive mindset or a constructive thinking. So as you know that face is the index of mind. So that smile and the humor sense, it ultimately says about your positive mindset. And so the most common thing everybody keeps saying, follow a healthy lifestyle. So this healthy lifestyle, already we are practicing it as a students, and parents takes care in this area. So with parents, so it may be nutritious or balanced diet, regular exercise, meditations. With all these things, certain thinkings in our mind could also be changed. So which leads for a mental healthiness. So what are those things? So we have to always value for the process rather than the end result. So we have to think about how we are working, how we are planning. So then comes the results. So as sir was insisting, Karibasappa sir was insisting, we have a negative self-talk that 100% has to be achieved. No, we are not thinking about the achievement. So we are following the process. The if process is in the right channel, so we will have a input. And also we have to portray the criticism into the positiveness. So whatever criticism it is given by anybody, so those suggestions will be turned into a positive things. And we have to make a regular opportunities for reflection. So self reflection is a very basic things, and we have to provide a time for that. So when you reflect, so then you could take a next step. And also when a goal is accomplished, when you think that, oh, I have reached this goal, I have finished with this, so then it is time to step out for design for one more goal. So there should be a continuity. And also we have to emphasize on growth rather than over speed. Speed is not important at the time of preparation of examination. So how do we learn? How do we grow? So that is more important. And also we have to be always surrounded with the people who are with positive self-talk or positive minded people. So this is also important. So the mentality of a person, mindset of a person depends on his surroundings. So hence, so we have to mingle with these type of people. So of course we are having all the types of people around us. So but so when you're in front, I mean, in between all these people, so what are the certain steps you could take? For example, you have to celebrate your growth with others. You have to mingle with others, celebrate it. And then you also have to learn from not only your mistake, other people's mistakes. So we have to concentrate on those mistakes and let us learn, right? And one more thing, do not compare yourself with others. So everybody is with their own innate ability, individual ability. So everybody can grow. So hence we have to reward our actions rather than the traits. So do not entertain the traits. So put into an actions. So apart from this, all other things, so we have to practice the positive self-talk. So negative self-talk are predominant at the stage of preparing examination. So we have to have a break for that. How can we have a break? As sir was saying, I cannot. That cannot has to be replaced by I can. So impossible has to be replaced by possible. Let's try out. So let's grow, let's learn. So then we concentrate on the end result. So what are the few examples? So for example, I can do best in my examination. So that mindset should be there always with us. And I can answer 50% of the question. So that 50% just speaking about a numerical value, it depends. See, this says where I am standing. I may say I can answer 50% if a paper is given. So one more person may say no 40%, and one student may say no 80% I can achieve. So it depends on his ability. So we have to check our own ability. So where we are standing, and we should always have a mindset saying that I can remember many things after I have studied. So if you think that I don't remember, so then memory will not retain. So we have to think that positively, that yes, whatever I study, I can remember most of the things after I have studied. Then I can talk to my parents. So I am very open about myself. So what myself is reached to the parents. So I'm very open to parents, and we know that parents are the best motivators for the world, for each and every kid. And I can organize the things and seek help from others. So not only parents, any others, it may be your peers or it may be your friends or the teachers, I can seek a help. I am good at some things, my ability. What are the qualities I am good? I may be good in writing, I may be good in presenting, so or I may be good in various types of learning. So we have to understand and choose those abilities and move accordingly. And we have to work out on a plan which is workable. So which works for us, let us at this time. So we could not experiment with all the types of plan. So let us do it. What is there within us, and we are coping up with only those things. And there should also come to our mind that there are different variety of questions in our mind, in a question paper. So all the question papers could be answered by me accordingly. So that preparation has to be there. So all these positive talks will lead for constructive mindset. So this constructive mindset will reduce the examination stress. And you know that examination stress could be better prevented rather than treated. So hence constructive mindset will help us to prevent this examination stress. And also sir has already noted that. So a little bit of stress, little bit of anxiety is very beneficial for the motivation.
Exactly, ma'am. Because we are talking about importance of positive mindset during examination. So this little anxiety is also important. But my last question to you, sir, is that how does mindset or thinking influence our self-regulation?
Okay, quickly, self mindset is really important. It is just like positive mindset, which creates you looking at your face in a clear mirror. If you have a negative mindset, negative self talk is you are looking at your foggy mirror. Once you got a clear mirror, like you can see your face, then the mindset is going to start, like, it is going to create, influencing the self-regulation. What is this self-regulation? It is an ability to regulate your thinking, your emotions, and control your behavior. And you can also how to act, all those things. So self-regulation consists of a process, like, it is a processes that activate, sustain cognition, behaviors, and affects, and that are oriented towards goal attainment. Then it is also, like, one research observed that students mindset strongly impact academic performance. So academic performance, that, positive mindset is going to influence academic mindset. So positive, like, mindset which is going to influence self regulation. Self regulation means you are going to manage and control your thinking, emotions, and your actions. So self regulation is also an ability to observe, manage, and adapt your emotions and behavior to suit the situation. This is the very important thing. You are in a situation where you have a, like, 1 month, you are going to look at yourself where you are realistically. So now you are very clear. Now you have a skills sets already learned, like self awareness, self management, impulse control, emotional intelligence, and effective socialization. All these things, emotional intelligence, you are aware of your emotions, and how to act out, like, how to manage all those things. So those things you are going to in control now in a reality set. So now, in this sense, the
Definitely,
three
sir. In the
things.
self-awareness, we have do self. It will bring out the self-awareness. It will bring out your
Yeah.
emotional benefit and will increase your concentration in the studies. It will definitely help out in the examination also. Like ma'am has also told us that positive thinking means surround yourself with positive people, because only this will increase. This will change your mindset, bring you back into the positive environment, and will help you increase your concentration on studies, your emotional behavior, your physical behavior, and mental behavior. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all the information.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much, sir, for all the information.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
We definitely have a positive Sahyog session today, and thank you all my viewers also for listening to us. So before closing into the session, I just announce you that we are proud that India assumed the G20 presidency for the and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in our history as it seeks to play an important role by finding pragmatic global solution for the well-being of all, and in doing so manifests the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, that is, the world is one family. Thank you viewers for watching our show.